Hello Cravers! Cappadocia, isa sa pinakasikat na destinasyon sa buong mundo. Known for hot air balloons, cave hotels, at ang misteryosong underground city. Pero, hindi ito ang trip na inaasahan ko. Excited akong makita ang underground city ng Cappadocia. Pero, habang papailalim kami, biglang bumigat ang dibdib ko. Yung tipong hindi ako makahinga. Hindi ko inakalang matitrigger pala ang aking claustrophobia. At ito ang hindi pinapakita sa ibang travel vlogs. Yung takot sa dilim, sa sikip, at sa lalim. So guys, stay tuned. Panoorin ninyo ang aking vlog.
We'll start to go up.
So we're almost done?
Sorry?
Are we almost done?
Claustrophobic.
Sorry?
You feel claustrophobic?
Alright, let's go.
Hello Cravers! Welcome back again to my channel. It's me again, your nurse Craves. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe para lagi kayong updated sa ating mga videos. Hit like, subscribe, and get notified. Thank you so much Cravers! Hey guys, so nag-toilet break lang and we're going to Underground City. So, papakita ko sa inyo as much as possible.
We are in Kaymakli Underground City. Okay, actually I prefer them to call as fortress or something defensive because you will see it's designed based on a defensive plan. And it's known to have 8 floors built, but 5 floors are partially accessible. And we will be visiting some part of this 5. Okay? And it is one of the largest among the underground spaces. We have more than 50, and I believe there are even more which are undiscovered yet. And at first, people started to dig these caves. I mean, you see it's under the settlement. At first, the main purpose was to have some storages, extra storages, and spaces to protect the animals against the harsh weather conditions. Okay? But after Christianity, people started to use them as a hiding point as well. Because Christians who had to flee from Syria into Turkey, Anatolia, had to hide themselves in these caves, underground spaces, because Romans were attacking them till 330. Okay? And after 330, these attacks stopped, and in 385, Romans accepted Christianity as the official religion. But after that, Romans again had to hide themselves or kept using these underground spaces against attacks by Sasanians this time, which is a Persian in the east, and which is another Persian, Parthians, in the south. Okay? Until 8th century, this was the situation, especially between 6th and 8th century. Sasanians kept attacking Central Anatolia. And in 11th century, Turks, my ancestors, started to conquer the land from Rome. And by the end of 11th century, we started to occupy Central Anatolia. But after 12th century, this time, Turkish people need to use this as a safe room against attacks by Mongolians. Okay? So mainly, it was used as a storage and a safe room. But as the rock offers you with a constant temperature all the year round, they also used to produce wine because it's consistent temperature, which is really ideal for a good fermentation. And you can consider Cappadocia as a very large vineyard, and we are talking about the Greek people here, and we are also talking about many Christians here, and blood is, wine is the blood of the Jesus, so it was main business for those people as well. And what you guys will see inside, top floor as a stall, okay, for the animals, and then we'll go down and see a church and a graveyard, and some living spaces and storages with some grinding stone. And when we go through the longest tunnel, we'll see one of the ventilation shafts. And the deepest part is the white way for us. And on our way to exit, we'll see a kitchen. Okay, and then we'll come out. Regarding this ventilation shaft, at first people actually dig them to get water. You see the illustration, but
Yeah.
to get water. But later on, after they expanded this space larger and larger to fit more people, they started to use them as ventilation shafts. So air is being circulated. Okay. Any question here?
You thought that Turkish people started hiding in there from Mongolians.
Mongolians.
Turks and Mongolians are not the same.
I mean, maybe we have many things in common, but not really.
Wait, the Turkish people that came, where did they originate from? From Mongolia, right?
No.
No.
I mean, we were close by Persia, actually. We came from Khorasan, which was part of Persia
Okay.
in the 11th century. If you can picture Turkey map, we entered Turkey in the northeast in 1071.
Okay.
Okay? Let's go inside. There's a model inside if you want to have a look.
Going down na. Cute. Yun ako. Kuha ko na. So guys, we're entering na.
Alright. The top, one of the oldest part of this underground space. That's not the original entrance. We used to enter through another tunnel, but not many people can enter at the same time. So the government did the rearrangement here, and then we started using here. And this underground space was made open to public in 1962, so 60 years. After they did some reinforcements, and some kind of construction here. And this is volcanic ash too, okay? But fused together or cemented very well because of water. But still, it's something really easy to come apart, and that's why people, carve it out so easily. Okay, it's time consuming, but it's better than nothing. Okay, considering the advantages it offers you. And to carve it out, we know people used some kind of stones, yes, but also started to produce some tools, and those tools out of obsidian. Obsidian is another volcanic glass which is strong enough and which is abundant when the pollution colors. Basically, they produce some kind of axe, two sides. One side break fiercely, and the other side is to carve gently. Okay, and here was meant to be as stable as tall at first. This is to feed the animals after they tie them up. Okay, but we also see some holes on the ground here, and there is a winery over there. So on the other side, they were smashing the juice through the hole. Juice comes to the sink, and then they pour that juice into some big potteries, which we call amphora. Do you know amphora? So they place those waters into these holes. So these holes were those kind of potteries to stand. Okay, and people mainly use those potteries to store their food supplies. If it's powdered one, if it's cereals or liquid. Okay. And that's why we have to keep in mind this underground space, unfortunately, is not in the original shape as it was initially carved. The following people kept modifying the sections according to their usage. Okay? And you see such holes, you will see many of them. These holes for oil lamps. For the people produced linseed oil and burned that in these oil lamps. Okay? And as you see, behind is good for all of us. So we'll talk about this again. Now we'll start going down. Please mind your hats all the time. And if any of you feel uncomfortable at any point, please let me know. We might. Okay? Let's go.
This one, we will go through this side. We will come up through the same way. And there is no electricity. Light was provided by candles. So on the way, you will see some candle boxes. Thank you.
That's the church. That's going.
And living rooms on the way, you will see.
So we're going to church daw muna, sabi ni brother. This is the
Right,
church.
guys. This is like the section of the church. But at first there was not the church. I mean, these underground space closed much earlier than Christianity. Okay? And people, Christians, when they, I mean, the people, when they converted themselves to Christians, then they turned here into a church by placing an altar here. This is a pillar base, actually. Okay? Then it's movable, as you see. And they carved 2 crosses here on the wall. There's one here, and another here. And the bench for the people to sit during the ceremony and 2 abscesses. And 2 holes here. 2 holes here. One for wine, one for water. After they place a pottery into this hole, they fill it with water and wine, and then they can use it. Okay? And you don't really see any kind of decoration here. Okay, because this is a temporary one. Please move forward slowly. We give the others some space, guys.
There's a cross shape. Let's see there. 2 different cross shapes.
As you will see many holes like that, those are for air circulation. Not, I mean, all the sections are not connected to ventilation shaft. This is how they circulate the air. Okay? Let's keep going. So far, so good?
Yes.
This is one of the main storage space. When you look at the sections, you see holes on the ground for the jars, for the potteries. And we also have a grinding stone here. So you just spin it around and through the hole in the bottom, the powder supplies goes down. But I don't really think this was here since the beginning, because at first the main concern was to survive. But they added it later on and started using it, okay? Upcoming is the first tunnel, guys, but the shortest. Okay? So please mind your hats and let's go.
Let's go.
There are some glasses, as you see on the ground.
They mind your head.
It's another winery over there, but we already talked about it. So
Okay. Why not?
This is one way, they're not coming back. One way. No, this is one way.
So one of the best defensive tools we have here is the door that you see here. This is a round shaped door.
Okay.
I mean, considering the size, no way for them to bring it from, I mean, after creating outside, you know, it must have been constructed here. And thanks to this pillar here, it stands. And you move it to the right and left to block the well. Just imagine, you are coming down, okay, to be safe. And after all is here, you push it forward and you block the well. So you lock it over on the other side. And when you look through the tunnel, you see that it's much smaller than this side. So here, this side is spacious, while the other side is too small. The reason is to prevent those people to push it back to open the way. So here, you can work together if you want and, you know, push it forward, but on the other side, you can't. So you are safe here. And thanks to the hole in the middle, it helps like air circulation. It gives you the ability to monitor people on the other side, but also when you want to open the door, I mean push it back, you place a stick in the hole and you walk on both sides. Okay, so you can open it. Otherwise, it is one-sided function. You will be trapped here.
How many person can close the
I mean, it depends on the size. So if we assume this is like 500 kg, then we may need at least 4 or 5 people. But there are, I mean, sizes are variable. Sizes, okay? Different doors, smaller or bigger. You can. But the worst part is gone. The worst part is gone. And this is one way. No, please follow. This way.
Another
All right, some like living, waiting, hiding, sleeping space behind, and some other storage area here. Again, we see holes on the ground and some spaces carved into the wall. And upcoming is the longest tunnel, okay? But you will see the ventilation shaft in the middle, and some holes on both sides for people to go up and down, okay? And at the end of the tunnel, it's some steps. Please be careful, okay? Don't forget the hats, guys. Fine.
Don't forget your hands down.
That's the shaft on your left here. Please look down.
Dalang maliit.
Here's the steps.
Steps.
Are some of them not like 4 more. I lost one child in man 3 months ago. Go for him. So he's because it's late for the wine.
They like their wine.
They were producing wine.
And they were trading.
Yes, they were trading.
What happened to the lights? Yeah, it was like more lightened, not anymore. Alright, I mean, some other wineries here, guys.
This is
Okay, this is for them to smash the grapes again. As you see, it's a bit sloped. So just comes down once you smash it. And through the hole here goes to the sink. Okay, same structure here. Please follow us. And this is the deepest part for us. There are tunnels going down, but we are not. Okay, now we'll start to go up.
So we're almost done.
Sorry?
Are we almost done? It's really exhausting.
Claustrophobic.
Sorry?
You feel claustrophobic?
A little bit, but
Yeah, me too, so don't worry.
yeah,
Go
really.
through
You're
that.
not alone.
You're not alone here.
All right, let's go.
And this side is it's more air coming in.
Yeah, a little bit. You see? This is how it's supposed to be. All dark.
Stairs for visitors. Just one way. Otherwise, if you try to go back, it is impossible. That's why this is the.
All the rest of the days, they will eat it, just not freeze.
Many things. All of them are using Ankara.
Alright, guys.
This is the main kitchen.
This is suggested to be the kitchen. Okay? And it's the only one. There is no floor. Sorry? Yeah, I mean, this is the only one discovered. So it has to be like the communal. They have to cook together and then share. But I mean, okay, no but first. I stand next to the chimney here, and below is the tandoori, the traditional way of oven, okay? And as you see, the rock absorbs the smoke, that's why the ceiling is black. However, cooking is not really wise if you are hiding here, okay? Because if you kill the air, fresh air, and it will produce smoke, and this smoke will be indicating you are here, okay? But at some point they started cooking, which we don't know when exactly they started to do that. So
Claustrophobic daw din
okay,
siya si Kuya.
I mean sometimes or some people suggest like you may cook at night when the smoke is less visible, but you cannot really hide the smell in this case. Okay, so you make it like smoke less visible, but smell is always visible. Okay, or always can be noticed.
Where all this came out from?
What?
I mean, where all the smoke came out from?
I mean, you saw some part of this ventilation.
Yeah.
So through the system, the ventilation system, it will be circulated out. Maybe through here, okay? Maybe through that part. Yeah. So, I have another thing to show you. Please follow me here.
You want to see snow. That's why they give it. Yeah. Because September, no snow, but I never seen like a big
Yeah. All right, guys. There are some grass, algae, growing over there on the rock. You see? The yellow, the greenish part.
Yeah.
This is the final thing that I want to show you guys here. I think, water is just, dripping or going through the rock, and because of the humidity, because of the light, it glows there. And I'm like, kind of really anxious to see how larger, it will get. How much more it will cover the wall. It will be really nice. It's kind of like covered green, but we'll see. It's moving so slowly. So it's even hard to notice the changes, But it's really cool here. Because they got
Much more.
much more outside, yes. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. No, we want to take. All right. Let's watch up that here.
Doing it?
Yeah, we go there, but there's another group, so better to wait here instead of tunnel.
Can we go here?
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, picture.
The final very short bed down here, and on your right is another giant door.
Bigger one. More air.
You made it, huh?
Yeah, I did.
We did it.
All of these tunnels were smaller, and the government made them bigger for us to be able to go through. Or no?
No.
Okay.
No, there's a reason behind that. I will tell you in a minute.
That's why there's a church.
Survive.
Back to present. Back to present. Back to as soon as I
Alright. Can we have picture all of us?
Sorry?
Can we have a group picture?
No.
Together we do.
Sure, guys. A group picture. Let's do it. I mean, this background, if you don't mind.
Okay, thank you. Survive. Picture.
Can we take a break here? 5 minutes max. For question break. Let's go back to the red.
Okay. So in this place, marami pa rin mga souvenir shop. And, actually, dun sa pinakailalim na, medyo may kaba factor na ako. Pati si kuya daw. Meron din siyang claustrophobia. Yan, si kuya. So, may claustrophobia din siya. Pero we survive. Good thing. And ngayon, mahangin. Doon talaga, ilang minutes nag-stop. Wala masyadong ventilation siguro. Pero during the time na pataas na, na-feel ko na may air is coming in. Which is the place. So, balik na kami na car.